Trash Talk, we actually vet our sponsors. We don't just take their money and run like a butter bar lieutenant lost on the land nav course. Are you finally ready to plant your flag and claim your territory? Maybe it's time to use that VA loan to buy a home. Or hell, maybe you're looking to refinance and put some extra cash in your pocket for more questionable life decisions. Either way, the Veterans Mortgage Source, powered by Canopy Mortgage, has your six. Look, buying a home or refinancing can feel like getting overrun on a bad op. Chaotic, confusing, and full of obstacles that make no damn sense. That's where Corey and his team come in. They're like the QRF of home loans, ready to pull you out of the chaos and guide you to the best program for you. And trust me, they'll answer all your questions. Yeah, even the dumb ones. Whether you're a salty vet or fresh out of barracks still trying to figure out where your TA-50 went. Great service, solid rates, and a team that actually understands the military life. That's why all of us here at Veteran Trash Talk trust them to do right by every veteran in their family. Ready to lock it in? Give Corey a call or shoot him a text at 808-699-7874. That's 808-699-7874. Don't wait. Unless you like overpaying and getting treated like an FNG. The Veterans Mortgage Source is powered by Canopy Mortgage, LLC. All loans are subject to credit and property approval.
Hey, what's up, Trash Talkers? Listen, it's impossible to fight, okay, if you don't know what you're fighting for. Does that make sense? Like, if you're in the dumps and you're struggling with mental health, things of that nature, it's going to continue tearing you down, all right? Because you're consistently trying to fight something, which is that demon, which is usually something from the past, right? Maybe that why needs to be fighting for your future. Let that be your why. Get the hell up and start fighting for your future. Stop fighting things that happened in the past. Easier said than done, right? Go seek help. It's okay not to be okay. A lot of people need to hear this. You are more of a warrior and a fighter if you stand up and say, hey, this has to stop. I need to go seek help. The stigma, everything has changed. It's okay not to be okay.
And so my honesty cap is dedicated to a little, we'll call it a public service announcement for civilians and other people in the military. There are a few people that you should always take their stories with a grain of salt. Vegans, CrossFitters, and special operations guys that tell you that they were special operations without being prompted. The first thing they say is, yeah, I used to be soft. Right. The only unicorn in that entire group is like a special operations guy that was like a vegan and did CrossFit. That guy's probably going to stay quiet for a little bit longer because he's confused as what he should talk about first. And that's the only reason. Right. Anybody that says that they were soft without being prompted or without it being like a normal part of your communications is probably either an enabler or going to tell you a bunch of stuff that's not exactly true.
What's up, Trash Talkers? What's up, Gruntworks Nation? Big Earl. You heard Dave talk. You heard Buddy talk. Now, Buddy's all about, he is a Green Beret and he's Special Forces and yada, yada, yada. But he will not tell you that unless, he really, really likes you and he's made dinner for you. However, what Veteran Trash Talk does is we bring a lot of light to the veteran community, the first responder community. We promote that what we're doing well, all right, whether we're running for office, we started a business, nonprofit, all those things. Veteran Trash Talk is a super clean page. We got Gruntworks if you want to go there and raise a little hell a little bit, but we are here to promote veteran-owned businesses. So the show you are about to watch is a veteran or veterans or a spouse of a veteran or a child of a veteran that's doing great things in the community, and we need your help promoting them and getting them all the success that they need. All right, guys, enjoy the show.
Trash Talk Hour, hosted by Nick, Dave, and Buddy. Real warriors making fun of other real warriors. Try to not get triggered.
What's up, Trash Talkers? What is up, Gruntworks Nation? Welcome to Season 4, Episode 9 of the Trash Talk Hour. Special guest today is Marine Corps veteran David Kidd, founder of Outside Activities. And joining me today are the Big Earl and Buddy. Happy Saturday.
Yeah, I'm curious how it came up with that title. We'll get into that later. I'm just gonna guess it's something to do with being outdoors.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
What's the opposite? Don't be
we're
gonna get to that.
We already got Jen in the chat. She's already coming in with that army. Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
So I'm talking about Buddy actually invented that in the army. So he was the first one to say it.
Yeah, I got punched in the stomach by a drill sergeant. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's what you say. Yeah.
But
how y'all doing? It's been a while.
The Marines took it, and then they were just like, ooh, rah.
Yeah, they screwed up. They put an R in there. Like,
yeah, sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, they say "rah," right? They don't say. They say. What do they say?
Well,
they start with the ooh.
It's oorah.
Oorah.
You guys grunt too.
And they bark. They bark and grunt. Yeah.
They grunt. Yeah.
Yeah. Devil dogs bark.
Yeah.
Oh, don't say that. No.
Ooh, what's up, Marshall? In the middle?
Soldier. Okay.
We got somebody watching from Denmark. What the heck are you doing? Are you at a No Kings protest too? I think it is. So Denmark ain't got no kings.
Denmark in the house.
In
the chat, Denmark. Tell us where you're tuning in from.
It might be like Denmark, Iowa. So could be.
But anyway, should we just kick it off? Usually there's a little bit of a dumpster fire before we even get to the conspiracy, but I think the honesty.
Buddy's watching TV, so he's not even paying
No, I'm not. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to look like I'm not eating a graham cracker because I was.
Okay, this conspiracy, call it what you want, is right up my lane, and you guys know what my favorite topic is.
It's right up my alley.
Yeah, right up my lane, alley. Yeah, whatever. I'm allowed to say that. I'm trilingual.
Anyhow, alley.
Yeah. And have you guys heard of the Air Force general that went missing back in February?
Yeah.
No, actually, I have not.
There's a couple scientists that apparently have gone missing too. So this Air Force general, right when President Trump, der Führer, came out and said, we're going to release all the UAP stuff and we're going to release all the alien stuff, this guy apparently went missing. And he was like one of the head honchos with UFOs and UAPs. So we're going to play the video and we're going to discuss the situation. Chris play the video. Yo.
Police are searching for a retired Air Force general who vanished in New Mexico. William McCasland went missing last month. Members of Congress are warning this could be a national security issue. The general was involved with the Pentagon's most advanced aerospace research. He oversaw a classified space weapons program. McCasland was in charge of the Air Force Research Lab at a base in Ohio. It's rumored that base holds extraterrestrial debris from the Roswell crash site. The general was tied in with the UFO community. A source told the New York Post the general was a gatekeeper for anything UFO related in the Air Force. He retired due to mental fog, but investigators say he's still highly intelligent and capable. McCasland was an avid hiker. His wife last saw him leaving with a backpack and a .38 revolver. No phone, no glasses. He disappeared 6 days right after Trump announced he was releasing the UFO files. And he's not the only one. 8 months before the general vanished, a rocket scientist who worked under him years ago also went missing. She was hiking in California with 2 other people. They saw her smiling and waving 30 feet behind them. When they turned back again, she was gone, vanished in plain sight. They searched for days and couldn't find any trace of her. This is a very, very strange situation. And 11 days before the general disappeared, another scientist was shot dead on his porch. Carl Grillmar was known for discovering signs of water on a distant planet, and he was gunned down in California. Freddie Snyder was later charged with his murder. He has a rap sheet, but was let out of jail by a Newsom-appointed judge weeks before he allegedly killed the scientist. We still don't know his motive. And we don't know if these cases are even connected. But this many top scientists getting killed or going missing in just under a year looks like a major red flag.
All right.
Yeah.
I have one big question.
It's not your turn.
It's not your turn. Well, if
Nobody
you have a
said
question, maybe I can
anything.
answer it, buddy. Go ahead.
Yeah. Did they know the Clintons?
So my take on this is that like all that stuff is handled by black projects, right? Like it's secrecy. And I think Trump actually wants to release that shit. But then these people who are in charge of these black projects are like, we're going to fucking off these motherfuckers, these high intel guys, so they don't talk. And they were all murdered. And he knew this general knew it was coming. So he just like, I'm going to go out in the woods, and he packed his gun. And yeah, he's probably dead now too, or unalived. Sorry. Maybe. Are we still streaming? So that's kind of my take. I think they were all probably unalived and for knowing too much. I don't think it was like they didn't unalive themselves. Unless, of course, that's the other option. What I saw on TikTok is that general knew so much and he was keeping it a secret for so long and he couldn't deal with that and like felt bad because he wasn't telling the world about the capabilities and all that stuff. So he went out and unalived himself. But I'm going with option one. They were all unalived by the individuals that are in charge of these black projects. And that is my take. David, what you got?
Well, I think it sounds like a Tom Clancy novel.
Okay.
So, because that's where they take some of those people and they put them in a lab in some frozen wasteland. Maybe in Greenland this time.
Oh.
Maybe that's why Trump wants Greenland.
Okay, so you think that they're potentially still alive? They're just working in like secret labs, like even more intense than what they were doing prior to that.
More intense.
Maybe they got a chance to go to another planet.
Yeah, because on one disappearance of that female scientist that went missing, her friends are like waving, and they turn around and she's just gone.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe they're liaisons now. Maybe they're the first interplanetary liaisons.
Go ahead, buddy. What you got? Give us your take.
I just told you that was my take.
Is that your take?
They're liaisons. They're interplanetary liaisons. Also, did they know the Clintons? Those are my two takes.
So you're saying they went home.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only answer. I mean, the only one that makes any sense. But also, maybe they're just. I know this is going to be mind blowing, but on the most simple level, I got that the guy's a rocket scientist, and that the girl was like some super smart scientist, and then the other guy
just a big coincidence. Could be.
That doesn't mean they have enough common sense to walk through the fucking woods.
For sure.
You could be really smart and really dumb.
Maybe she was standing right in front of a cliff.
Yeah, like you could be like, hey guys, I'm gonna go over here. Like that's a possibility. Like it could be a lot less sinister than Tom Clancy. You know what I mean? It could just be that they lack the.
So which one is it? Are you 50-50 now, buddy? Because you kind of changed your mind a little bit, or are you still 70 there?
He's talking himself out of his original viewpoint. Yeah. You're kind of doing it. You're kind of doing a Dave.
Yeah,
I'm actually thinking through it as in real time, guys.
Okay, well, let Nick, the smartest one in the room, as he always says he is.
Correct.
Let's let him give us his
not
take.
necessarily the smartest one, the smartest take.
Perfect.
Right. We got Jen saying hybrid.
And you're not allowed to say Hollywood, all right? You use that every single time. So
well, I mean, it's obvious.
You got to come up with something new.
Hybrids are among us, and I could see them returning home if they are liaisons. Shapeshifters, I believe we call them. I believe we call them shapeshifters. We have covered that before.
Reptilians, right?
Yeah. I for sure thought you were going with the Florida Pete guy. You haven't seen that dude? Palm Beach Pete or whatever, the Epstein lookalike?
No.
Oh, you got to look that up. Like, it's
Uh-oh.
wild. So, but he's got his own nickname. I thought you were for sure going with that.
I was going to go with the guy in Florida that supposedly, have you guys know about that guy that was abducted by dolphins? I don't want to get into that right now, but of course it happened in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, that's already happened. People got raped by dolphins. They do that to you.
Dolphins are
He built like an underground city or some shit.
Yeah. There's a couple of things here. The one that I'm concerned about is the guy who discovered water on a planet. Which planet?
I would assume Mars probably, but we discover water on Mars like years ago?
Ice.
And bacteria.
Right. So again, I don't know why he would get Clinton. I don't think any of it. I think this is all just coincidence. I don't think there's anything in space that we care about. That's why Elon lives there and sends our data centers. I think this is all just random. And here's why. People die hiking all the time, like we talked about, right? They just go wandering and then bye. Like, oh, I'm going to try to hike. No, bye. Right. Or I didn't bring water, or you get lost.
Yeah, we've covered that on the show.
Yeah.
The amount of
There's
people that
also
go.
the underground people in the national park thing that we've gone over. That's been another conspiracy.
Yeah.
So
And then the Air Force general, I mean, he's not happy he's in New Mexico, right? Because you don't join the Air Force to be in New Mexico. That's number one. Number two, like, he's a general, so now he's even more pissed because like I'm at the top and I'm here. And then number three, we had one of our favorite guests is a bipolar general who thought he was flying over DC,
Good old General
running
Martin.
God's plan, right? So this guy probably just wandered off on some peyote out in New Mexico, and he's not missing; he's just dead, right?
Yeah,
like he's somewhere in White Sands, National Park.
He did take a 38 with him.
Yeah,
but no glasses.
The only people that take 38s with them are pimps and people who are going to kill themselves.
Right.
Sorry. Like you're not.
I mean, is there crazy wildlife in New Mexico you got to worry about?
Yeah.
There's a 38's just going to piss off all the wildlife in New Mexico.
No, but you're just going to get bit by a snake or dehydrated because he's on some kind of pain meds and he just walked off. You know, I mean, again, you got Deb saying, I live in New Mexico. Yeah, that's fine. It's the land of enchantment, bro. Like there's literally like aliens in the gas stations that you can go see for $5. You drive all the way through the 10 in New Mexico, you can see that. But yeah, I think it's all just coincidence. The only one that would raise a flag to me is the freaking guy who discovered water on the planet.
And how they let the guy out of prison.
Well, that's how we do. That's how we do things now. I was just discussing, the old assassinations where you had to find somebody you had leverage on, right, to get them to do something stupid. But now we got crazies all over the damn place. You just fucking pick one or let them out of jail. Like, hey, you want to go shoot these people over here? Yeah, man, that's awesome. Like fucking wild, So yeah, all a stretch. Yeah, White Sands is interesting.
38 and a 9mm are not the same.
White Sands is an interesting.
Double the muzzle velocity of a 38.
White Sands is awesome. I had a couple of family photos there. Yeah, it's legit, but it's a national park, so there's people underground.
Yeah.
We know that already.
Everybody knows that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So not unalived, just coincidence minus the guy with discovered water.
That one's weird.
But he's unsure. And David, we can make a sci-fi movie out of this one, right?
No, I feel like
kind of like where we're at. Yep.
Yeah. I think this is Deb's first time watching. Yeah. We aliens are real. We're already tracking that.
Oh yeah. They're absolutely in the ocean.
Yeah. That's where they live.
Yep.
I do believe it's octopi.
Octopi? Octopuses?
Octopuses. Just saying. They are sketchy.
They're very alien-like.
Are alien octopi or are they octopuses?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I got no idea.
No idea. You got me there.
All right.
Anywho. All right. Well, good take. Yeah. We'll have to see. We'll have to continue following up and see if they ever find the general.
Yeah.
What do you think? Are they going to find him?
I mean, they did one news story. They've been like that Savannah Guthrie mom has been missing for a month, and they do a news story every day on her. So
I know.
she's pretty high profile, and they haven't found anything with that
Yeah.
one. So
Yeah.
that's a conspiracy that you could cover. Like, just weird.
That one was weird. Yeah.
It's still very weird. Anyway.
All right, I'll let Buddy take over my book of Earl after I say the verses and the quick punchline, and then he can jump on it. But those of you watching for the first time, like that, I'm about to give you the most important thing you'll hear all week, and it comes from the book of Earl. It's the smartest thing. It's to live by, and a lot of it comes from my own mistakes. However, these are not mistakes. These are like the beatitudes of how you're supposed to live. And it's a little bit longer one is don't mistake, all right, minding my own business as acceptance. All right, that's number one. All right, and then number two is thou must not lead people into a false sense of inclusion. All right, and this kind of gets stemmed, where I'm obviously triggered, all right, when it comes to, the transies. All right, the weirdos. Okay, and this is like don't accept me minding my own business. Don't mistake that. Like, I mind my own business if you want to go dress up like a girl. All right. However, a big shout out to the Olympic Committee. All right, for doing something that they shouldn't have had to do. But here's the thing: there is no such thing as a transgender female athlete. That is a made-up term. Okay, it doesn't exist. It's a dude with a mental problem, pumped full of fucking hormones, that wants to beat up women. All right? Done. They don't get to do it anymore. But we have this false sense of inclusion. Like, oh, I want to be inclusive. Easy there. I'm minding my own business with what you want to do with your own body. But it ain't right. It ain't right. But no, we got a lot of, and this goes to the conspiracy, we got a lot of wackos out there because we got rid of insane asylums. We literally got people protesting no kings today.
Oh, the insane asylums? There's a big conspiracy on that one, too.
Right. Well, we got rid of them because Big Pharma said we got pills for that. All right. Well, now we got people saying, well, transgender isn't really a problem. There's only like 6 of them. That's 6.
They make up like 2% of the population.
That's
so
6.
It really
I'm saying that plays sports.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Right.
I agree.
But
I'm with you. I just don't like the whole, I don't give a fuck what they do with their bodies. You know what I'm saying? When
that's the first verse.
I know. I'm agreeing with you, brother. I'm agreeing with you. It's just stupid. Yeah. I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. That's 2% of the population. And you're so worried about somebody wanting to become a woman. Like, bro. But the sports thing, you personally affected by that. Like your daughter, like.
Every woman is.
Yeah. But I'm saying,
not just my daughter.
In sports.
Yeah. Every woman is.
Yeah.
Fucking retarded.
How many have you guys heard of how many women transitioning to men have tried to play in the NFL or the NBA or high school football or college football? Like, I don't think there's any. Which is odd. Why is it that men are trying to invade women's spaces and it's okay as long as they grow their hair out? But women aren't trying to invade men's spaces when they cut their hair. It's just odd. You know what else is crazy to me? And it was kind of the same thing as when we talked about the No Kings marches today. I was kind of going on a rant earlier.
Yeah.
And I was told, just it doesn't, like, they're protesting. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Well, here's the thing. If you allow it to be socially acceptable for people to be fucking ignorant, then they're going to continue to be ignorant. And
don't lead people into a false sense of inclusion.
Yeah.
You're a fucking moron.
Yeah. I have to
tell you that now.
Socially, people have to stand up and confront other people and say, no, that's just not what we're not going to do that. That's just not what we're doing. The answer is no. There's not going to be discussion. The word is like, no is what we're going with. And it's like I said, I went and did a little light jog today and didn't know that the No Kings March was going on. It was going on. And like you see all of their like they've got transgender flags, they've got LGBTQ flags, they've got No Kings freaking things, they've got the American flag upside down for distress, they've got like, you know, the gay baby whale fucking rescue flags. They don't even know what they're against or for. They
I don't think we should kill whales
in what they actually want. First of all, secondly, the irony of a group of people bitching and complaining about a king in a country that has not even for a millisecond had a king ever, but also advocating simultaneously for things like universal health care, free college, no student loans, all things that you get from countries that have either recently had or still have monarchies. Do you want a fucking king or not? Make up your mind. What do you want? Because you either do or you don't. It doesn't, it blows my mind how ignorant these people are. And it's they're either super old or blue-haired 17-year-olds that don't have any clue. And they're like, they want to talk about oppression. And like you've never even seen real oppression. You have no idea what you're talking about. Like you've never been oppressed. You've never seen oppression. You've never seen, like, we use words in this country like, oh, there are people that are dealing with food insecurities. Fucking food insecurity? You mean they're not 100% sure if they're going to get 3 fucking meals a day? Or if they're only going to get a meal and a half a day? There are people in other countries in this world that have food secure. They're not insecure about whether or not they know they're not eating. Period.
Yeah.
It's going to be days before they get some fucking food. And you live in a country where you can go by any fucking restaurant dumpster and eat like a fucking king if you really fucking want to. My bad.
You're going to get food if you need.
There are no kings. There are no kings.
Sorry, my bad. I'll go back. You can eat like a royal in some other country that you apparently want to live in because they have benefits that you don't get here with no kings. Yeah. Anywho, but
yeah, see, I knew Buddy wanted to get some stuff off his chest.
Like,
so
there are people here that have literally they're middle-aged and have never been actually hungry a single day in their entire fucking life.
Unless they're fasting.
Yeah, unless they did it on purpose. We have people, we don't even like, we have people that can't even we can't even wrap our minds around the fact that we get to be uppity about the protein that we want to ingest. Like we can be, oh, I only like plant-based protein. I only eat chicken. I only eat beef. 90% of the goddamn world eats what's slower than they are. That's it. If the fucking rule is it faster? Can I catch it? If I can catch it, then I'm gonna fucking eat it. And we're like,
in this country, if we have a drought, we use greenhouses.
I only eat chicken if it was raised in a pasture and then it laid down when somebody was playing Enya, and then somebody came and stroked its head, and then just snapped its neck real easy, and then it just went.
I got some good clips from this show.
And then finally, we took all of its bones out, and then it just it found its way onto my plate, and I just opened my mouth. We don't even fucking want to chew anymore. There are restaurants that have like already cut up chicken and rice and beans and shit, and it's just in a bowl. You barely even have to chew it. That's where we don't even want to chew. I fucking idiots. I hate people. Sometimes I hate people. I am triggered. They have made me triggered. They got me. They got me today. Time
for the QR code. QR code. All right. Now, I do want to get that shirt, wear it whenever you travel. I'm telling you, it is the best conversation starter, and it's a reminder to yourself. The minute we post this on Facebook, then it becomes a political argument where I'm like, no, this is exactly why
everybody gets triggered.
It is for you. Everybody gets triggered, right?
Shout out to anybody that got triggered at my video that I did the other day.
That's what I wanted to touch base on that before we get over to David, who's just talking too much. So Dave's he's kind of making a turn. He started going a little crazy liberal, right? Started going a little wacko. All right, and then
that is incorrect.
He started to turn a little bit.
A haircut and he shaved.
He got a haircut and he shaved.
For the Führer currently.
Started turning a little bit.
We can talk about that.
There's nothing wrong.
That's
with
okay.
Crazy wacko liberal.
You can be Republican and still question things. You know.
Yeah. Well,
you can still be against a policy or.
Again, don't mistake me
I'll let you
minding
talk.
my own business as acceptance, right? Like don't. Just because I'm not asking questions about the Epstein files doesn't mean that I think it's okay, right? But who are you asking? Fucking Facebook? Like, anyways.
I didn't even bring up Epstein.
I know. You didn't even bring it up, but you kind of came full circle, which I've been trying to tell you and tell everybody. All right. You as a veteran, when you start the sentence out like that, as a veteran, I'm triggered. I'm done. I'm over because you don't speak for me.
Boys, those people got triggered.
You don't speak for me, homie. All right. Like as a veteran, I'm now a geopolitical expert. No, dickhead, you were on a fob doing salsa night with Buddy into crit. Does not make you a Middle East expert on what's going on in Iran right now. All right. Like you literally have no clue. And then, oh my God, not another Iraq. What do you mean? Not another Iraq. What is that? As a veteran, I served over there. Oh, okay, dude. And like Dave said in the video, be proud of that, right? Be good. Now he did make
people didn't like that. I say the world doesn't owe you shit.
They don't. The world owes you nothing.
Period.
America owes you nothing.
They owe veterans everything. And there's this one guy, I forgot his name. I should look it up. He went and commented on like 10 other videos that I've done. Oh, you made a video about the steak and lobster. I thought veterans aren't owed anything. And I'm like, those guys are active duty. It's kind of a difference.
They're not veterans.
Like, dude.
Right?
And it's not even, hold up. Let's talk about steak and lobster.
No, we need to get to our guest here eventually because we're just going to go on a dumpster fire for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But anyways, he did make one mistake. And this is what Sean Erickson's on the show just to hear this. He made one mistake. If you say as an airborne veteran, as an airborne veteran, you are 100% an expert at everything. Right? So the minute that I say
you are owed everything,
and we are owed everything, I shouldn't have to chew like Buddy said. Okay, right. I shouldn't. You
shouldn't have a leg that baby birds you.
Yes,
I should make $1 million a day. They should just pay.
No, that's not enough. Like it's like you shouldn't even have to pay for anything.
You're right.
You don't
You just walk in.
And again,
you just wear that maroon beret up there. Yeah, right up there.
So Dave was wrong a little bit. That as a veteran you're not owed anything, but as an airborne veteran, the world is your oyster, bro. Like that, like you are better than everyone else. All right, that should be good to turn over to our guest who probably, even though Marines are allowed to go to airborne school, I don't know like if he did or not. So whatever.
I didn't do airborne school. I jumped out of an airplane as a civilian.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Buddy, it's your turn.
Well, I was just waiting for you to turn it over to me. You didn't
turn it over.
Anyway,
over to you, buddy.
It's my
buddy, you're getting kind of emotional again.
He's still tricked.
It's my privilege to welcome to VTT Dave Kidd. David was a Marine from 88 to 92. He did some radio stuff, which is, I mean, it doesn't matter. Coast Guard, Navy, Marines, Army, nerd ship right there. That's just nerd ship. But then he decided to do some guy stuff, and he started building bombs. So he's a bomb builder. I'm guessing to put on airplanes, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, got out of the Marines and then started doing became like a civilian leadership liaison, and then leadership guy, like showing people how to be leaders and using military leadership in businesses. Then he was the founder of Outdoor Activities, which is a veteran-led initiative to get people on the grass outside in the forest and not let them disappear. If General What's-His-Face had been with Outdoor Activities, They still know where he is. Dave?
Yeah, we do head counts along the trail.
ahead.
Make sure people are keeping up.
As
Yeah.
you should.
Yeah. We
Yep.
don't just let them get 50 feet behind us and wave.
And wave.
Here.
Yep.
Yeah, we have somebody behind them, the last guy, platoon sergeant, if you will. Go
Yep.
ahead. Go ahead, Dave.
Bringing up
David, the
the,
floor is yours. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Maybe recap a little bit about your service, what you did afterwards, and then about this amazing foundation that you have going on.
well, you're right. I did start out in communications. So that was, when I was a young boot, figuring out where chow was when we were out in the field. But then I did a lateral move into aviation ordnance. And so I supported the F-18 aircraft. While I know how to build bombs, missiles, rockets, and that kind of thing, the job that I spent most of the time doing was working on the Vulcan cannons that sit in the nose of the F-18s. And so they hold 500 rounds in the nose, but they shoot 2,000 rounds a minute. So the pilots have to be very controlled in their shooting. They're throwing lead down range. And quite often we'd come back with jams because when a hydraulic system is moving that fast, starting and stopping, of course, things break. So we always had some interesting days when a gun jam would come back, and we don't know if we'd come back with all of our fingers, but we did. And had some good times. And all of that was before Desert Shield. And then Desert Shield happened, and a lot of people got to go play in the sand and spend some short periods of time over there. Unfortunately, I wasn't one of those. I stayed stateside doing some trainings, helping the newbies learn what to do and what not to do. And then when I decided to get out and find my calling, it actually took a while. Went back to school, Portland State University, and then met some people that were really into IT, and I left medicine and got into IT, and that was 25 years ago that that happened, and I've just been moving up the ladder, if you will, since. Unfortunately, throughout my career, I've met some mediocre leaders. I've met one really, really great leader. My boss at the University of Washington really helped me understand how to lead people and not just tell them what to do. And after that, I had the worst leadership in my entire career, and decided that corporate America is not where I want to be. And I want to help people live healthier lives in the outdoor space. During COVID, you may recall, and that's when you guys started, I believe, is during COVID.
Oh, you know our history. Love it.
Helping
Love it.
people
Yep.
get connected and stay
Absolutely.
connected when
Yep.
we were supposed to be far away and all stay indoors. Well, for those on video, the background here behind my shaven head, that's my backyard. I live in the woods. And during COVID,
nice.
my life didn't change a whole lot. I was working remote at the time, had plenty of space, taking my dogs for a walk in the woods with my wife, and life was good. But then we started noticing that we'd see people in the stores behind their masks and their eyes look dead, or people driving down the road look really gray and just kind of on autopilot or zombie. And people just weren't spending time outdoors. And you can look up different statistics, but millions of Americans actually discovered going outdoors for the first time and recreating during COVID. And it made a huge impact on their lives.
Wow.
In a time where divorce rates were increasing, marriages were declining, people were having mental health crises more than just trying to figure out what unicorn they wanted to be. People were suffering. And so another veteran Marine vet myself, started outside activities as an employer paid wellness benefit to help get people outdoors with their family. It wasn't just an app for the employee to do yoga in a closet or something. This was a whole system to take your family outdoors, hiking, kayaking, or, depending on the time of year, maybe snowboarding. And yeah, Sean, fighting cancer during COVID really sucked, I'm sure. But getting outdoors is the key to happiness.
Yeah, and there's also health benefits to it.
There are tremendous amount of health benefits.
Who was the guest that we had on, Nick? This was probably season 1, and he had cancer. They provided fishing gear and stuff, but I think it was them. But he had cancer, and they told him he only had 9 months to live. And then he was like, "Screw this! I'm going to go outdoors." And he went outdoors, went barefoot, was just in the woods for like several days, and then like suddenly he was like healed or whatever. That's crazy, but like that was a story.
Just to put this out there so that the BTT doesn't get sued at some point. Just going outside
We're a LLC, we're fine.
Won't cure cancer.
Obviously, clearly.
Coincidentally did in this one case.
Yes.
So don't just go put sunshine on your butthole and then get mad at us because you still have
Buddy's actually against too much sun. So he doesn't believe in too much sun. But that's why you're in the woods. There's shade.
True.
Under trees.
There's trees.
I mean, to be fair, the guy that was making most of the comments against on Dave's Facebook video, he looked like he lived in a cave for at least the last few years.
He's judging the face, man. I mean,
but Jen's right. We've talked about grounding before. I believe in grounding.
Yeah, I do too. I also believe when you live by the ocean, right? And that's almost like that is partially not that it can cure cancer, buddy, but it's almost scientifically proven because our body is made up of water, and when you're close to the water, it has some like there's reports on this and stuff. It just you live healthier if you live by the ocetion. Supposedly
incorrect. If you live by the ocean,
you live longer.
We've already talked about this.
Your mental health. It affects everything. Go ahead. Go ahead, buddy.
If you live by the ocean, you become insane. We've already talked about this.
I think you become the exact opposite. That's my happy place, bro.
Too much sun and salt.
But anyway, David, so you got this organization now. Is like some people can sign up for this now? Like, what is this all?
Well,
talk about like what exactly is it? Because we
hadn't quite gotten to that. So during COVID, companies were not investing in their employees. We all know that. They had layoffs. They just weren't doing it. And so we actually didn't sell any subscriptions to get people outdoors. We've been sponsoring community events, promoting people to get outdoors on their own. And then in last spring, right around this time, I met Kevin Jackson of the veteran-owned business network. And he and several of the other guys helped me pivot. And so right now we're outside activities is leading outdoor leadership retreats as well as wellness retreats. We're taking people outdoors half day, full day, long weekend, and helping them discover various recreational opportunities as well as outdoor space that they can spend time in. If somebody wants to come to the Pacific Northwest, I invite you to come to our forests and remind you to leave. That way you aren't there when I want to go out there, but that's beside the point. It's crowded, but I also will travel across the country to the team's location, finding a site where to take them locally.
So you take corporate leadership on field trips?
Yes. Go out there and help them live healthier lives, being active in the outdoors, but also help unplug.
Nice. Give us one of your favorite examples. You don't have to obviously say the company by name, but like give us one that give us an example of like one of these retreats that you like.
Take a group out overlanding, which is in whether it's 4-wheel drive. I personally have a Toyota 4Runner that we take in rooftop tents and camping gear with, but we could 4-wheel drive off-road vans and RVs and travel hundreds of miles through the mountains and moving camp each night. Helps the team work together in a new environment, learning new skills to help support each other.
So do you guys set things up like I mean a lot of like overlanding or going out will naturally have some obstacles that you have to fix or work through, but do you guys set up like I guess stations or wherever where you work through leadership issues
Yes,
with them?
we do. We in some instances we do set up a base camp where we central operations, and we will leave on a hike from there, or if it's on a waterway, maybe we'll leave on a canoe or kayaking trip. But there's also instances where we'll whitewater raft down a river and not want to hike back up. So we'll get a shuttle to come back up, or the camp has moved, depending on the location and the duration that we're out with any particular team.
All right. And then you're connected with Biggs, right?
Yes.
How did you get connected with
Beagle?
With him? Even though he was passed up for a prestigious command, he had to take over 10th Mountain. He didn't do the 82nd. So,
well, 10th Mountain is pretty cool in my book. General Beagle, met him through a mutual friend of ours, Kathy Elrod, down in Texas. She is our I call her my sales guru teacher. She has helped me tremendously with introductions, as well as helping me figure out my pricing structure to get people outdoors.
Interesting. So how did you like, so again, give us like again, I want your favorite example. Like I want to feel like I want to hear when you had a group of people that like you saw a change. Like give me your favorite one, if you have one.
I don't know if I'd say I have a favorite one, but I took a group of young kids out rock climbing, and it was the young women that were first intimidated, that decided that they had that self-confidence, that self-esteem, that they knew that they could accomplish the task. And I actually had several young women scale a cliff that initially people didn't think that they were going to even make the effort, but they stood on top with their arms up in the air like Rocky, because they were so proud of themselves. And that's really what it is. It's helping an individual be healthier, get out there and do more activities, because sitting in front of these screens is going to kill us.
Yeah, for sure. Unless you're watching us. If you're watching us, it will cure cancer. Like
cure cancer. Said. Yep.
So it's a fact.
We might get off now because we have the cure. Pharmaceutical industries are not going to be happy with us.
They're not. We might end up running into that general down in New Mexico.
Yeah. Well, all right. Here, I got another one for you. Another hot take. What is your definition of leadership?
My definition of leadership is, to me, a leader is someone that is removing barriers and supporting members of their team so they can do their job.
Okay. All right.
A leader isn't someone who is in charge.
A little bit of corporate world tied into that leadership answer.
A little bit.
That. It's true. No, I'm with you. Yeah.
But you also have to think about it. Typically, your hierarchical structure, your pyramid, the CEO is at the top. Then you have the senior vice presidents, and then you have your managers, and so
CFO,
on.
Whatever.
That's honestly upside down. The CEO's job is to support everybody in their company, to come up with the ideas, share the vision, communicate that vision, and then support their respective teams to go fulfill that vision and execute.
Yep.
No, I mean we're all recently retired, us three on here, and yeah, for sure there are things that you see in the corporate world, but then again, this kind of ties back to like Dave saying you got it's both sides of it, to where like just because you're a veteran doesn't really mean that you're an expert leader either, but like
we do have the upper hand, and
we do have the upper hand for sure,
sure,
depending on what you did. And then, but I have seen just in a short time so much. So many bad people in leadership positions, to where if they were in the military, like they either had to be super powerful to keep going or they were gone. Like gone.
Well, leadership in the military, I think my biggest take is always like compared to the corporate role, leadership in the military is way more personal. And that's what makes it stronger, I think, compared to the corporate world where it's not as personal, right? Like military, it's very personal. Like you get to know your people, you get to know their family members, you get to know their kids. Like I just feel like it's. I mean, I guess you have to compare. Like even you, Nick, as a company first starting, you had 120 dudes. You probably knew a lot about those individuals, those 120. Like you go to some other company, the CEO of fucking whatever, Best Buy or whatever, he has 120 employees. He doesn't know anything about his people, And I think that's where you gain that trust with your individuals, which makes them want to work for you and do the job, right? Because you care for them. So I think that's always been the biggest difference for me between corporate life and military leadership.
So
could be wrong, but
yeah, to follow up, David, with that. So now with that, tell us how being outdoors helps with that, with helping. Obviously I can probably come up with my own answer, but hearing it from you, because it's your company we're promoting, is what does being outdoors and having your team outdoors help with your vision on what leadership is? Well, I'm not even going to address Martin's billionaire question. You can go off to your socialist Canada and fucking deal with that. Like, I don't care how much money the CEO is worth, whatever.
Well, getting outdoors, well, first of all, it helps clear your head. You're not stuck in a stuffy office staring at beige walls with fluorescent lighting. You're actually out there moving your body, and you're getting a little bit of exercise. Doesn't have to be a lot, but you're moving,
vitamin D,
a little bit of vitamin D, getting that sun exposure, except for Buddy. We'll keep him under the trees. And you get out there, and your stress level just starts waning.
That's true.
Just shedding all of those stressors that people hold on to, and that tension that people hold on to. They start letting that go, start breathing that fresh air, and looking at the views and having conversations with the people that are out there with you. A lot of times you have something in common with them, whether it's someone you're working with, someone you used to work with, or someone you just met. You're striking up conversations and enjoying the day, reducing your stress. But also helps you mental clarity, coming up with new ideas. I take a walk with my dog out in the woods 3 to 5 times a day. And the first one is just kind of to wake up and start off my day. But during the day, some of these walks, I'm out there with him. I'm figuring out the next solution that I want to share, next conversation I want to have about leadership, or have a call with General Beagle and had some questions for him. Those are the things that I help get clarity on when I'm out there.
So I agree with that. I don't go three to 5 times a day with my dog, but at least 3 to 4 times a week I'm in the desert, and I'll go on 2 miles, and my phone's on silent, and it's just me and the dog, and like it brings clarity, right? Anything you got going on in life, whether it's situations at home or whatever, and just you get to just like literally focus.
Yeah, Dave's audio sucks.
What's that?
Your audio sucks.
Is it my audio?
Yeah, I think.
What's wrong with it?
Too much feedback.
A little too much feedback. I got music in the monitors. Music in the monitors. You're gonna have to change
I'll
your
stop
mic.
talking then.
Yeah. Ooh,
sorry, guys. Face
yeah.
be quiet.
Yeah, just sit there and look pretty. But no, we have approached close to the hour. How do people, David? How do people get to your website? How do they hire you? How do they look into who you are?
Outsideactivities.com. There's 4 different buttons on the page. All 4 of those email me. There's a form to fill out. Where are you? What are you looking to accomplish? What size of team? And it's a conversation first. I need to understand what you're looking for, what your challenges are, and let's get your team outdoors and help everyone improve. If someone's feeling better, they're going to act better. If someone's acting better, they're going to perform better. And if your team is performing better, you're going to have that bottom line is going to improve. Your output's going to improve. Your solutioning is going to improve.
Yeah, being outdoors and challenging yourself is something I was talking about with my daughter yesterday about why it's so important for sports, like just activities, is when you fail, right? You fail a lot more when you're trying things, right? When you're trying new things, you go outside and the first time you try to scale the cliff, you're not doing so well, all right? You go back up, look at a little lessons, go back up again. Maybe you get a little higher, right? The next time. And I said in the military, I'll see a guy for the first time, and like Dave said, where I'm trying to get to know my people, like I see the way they handle failure, and I'm like, you didn't play sports, did you? Right? And they'd be like, no. And I'm like, I can tell, right? Because this is probably the first time that somebody ate your lunch for not doing the right thing, right? Or screwing up. But I do have a question for you, as you know, an expert in the field and taking people out. Do you recommend your strategy or the Japanese strategy of going with your boss and getting shit-faced and then telling your boss off?
Well, that could get you fired depending on what organization you're in.
Not if you declare it in the Geneva Convention that's whatever true. It's called. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all about telling your boss off if it's appropriate, but I've suffered from that, so I don't necessarily advise it. But go outside, period. Don't go drinking. Just go outside. If you have some green space close to your house, go sit under a tree. You might find Buddy there. Go out on a hike. I live in the foothills of the Cascade Mountains. To me, that's heaven.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of militias up there. You got to be careful.
Over in Idaho, more of them over in Idaho.
I worked at UPS in college, and we were shipping a lot of guns and ammo magazines to Washington and up northwest. A lot of them. So, all right. Well, hey, thanks for being on the show. I let Dave kind of talk about this, but his audio sucks because he can't figure shit out. So let's turn it over to Buddy here. Let's do a little hot wash.
All right, let's do the AAR. Well, first of all, the conspiracy theory or conspiracy. There are lots of scientists and generals missing, and we don't know what happened to them. Are they in space? Are they underground? Did they kill themselves? We don't know. We have no idea. If you have seen a missing general, see something, say something. Call Dave, let him know. But we have no clue. And then I was actually the triggered pansy this week. Today, specifically about 30 minutes ago. Nick talked about women and supporting transgender people in female sports, and how basically if you don't stand up against it, or at least show your opposition to it and voice your opinion, then people will start to think that it's socially acceptable for whatever they're doing. And the way that societies work is that if the majority doesn't think that it's socially acceptable, then that's not what we go with. But if the majority just stays quiet,
it's like that, Steve victims.
Yeah, because if Jesus, there's Dave. If the majority just stands by and doesn't say anything, then you're just making a new norm. Kind of like in the Army, where if there's a standard and you don't correct it, you're just creating a new standard. That's all you're doing. So don't create a new standard. We don't need a whole bunch of new standards. And then we had Dave Kidd on from Outdoor Activities, who we talked about takes people on field trips to work on leadership and put them through some scenarios outdoors where they can get to know each other and it makes them better workers, better leaders, et cetera, et cetera. So back to you, Nick. Dave is
Well,
last.
Dave, let's see if Dave can close us out.
Yeah.
No.
Audio's bad. Nope.
That's not. It's not.
Now it's not.
Oh, I was just gonna. Yeah. So you missed the Epstein part? No. Anyway.
No, we got it. We just.
You got that? Okay, good. Hey, David, thanks for coming on. Great having you on. I'm going to look into your thing as well. If you need anything from us, we'll post it and get some more veterans involved in being outside. If you tuned in late, go to VeteranTrashTalk.com. That is our website where you can find all of our links to everything. Go to shop.VeteranTrashTalk.com where you can buy our awesome merch. Nick is wearing our most sold shirt. Quit being a triggered pansy. It's not political. Left, right, we all get triggered. And then our waterboarding instructor is our other most sold shirt. I am wearing an OG shirt. Veteran Trash Talk, get the demon out. All right. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next Saturday. Baseman VTT out. Boom.